So if you're a beginner or a strong chess player and you're looking for a new opening to learn, well then you should definitely try the Belgrade Gambit. It's very easy to play and it's full of traps. And it begins with the move e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, then you go knight c3. Here if you place bishop c5, well then you can just take this pawn with the knight, and after he takes you have the center fork trick and white is better. But we are going to look at knight f6. Now you play d4 and after he takes, you just go for knight to d5. This is the Belgrade Gambit. As you can see, black kind of have two choices. He can take this pawn or this knight. First of all, if he goes knight takes knight, then you just take, hitting this knight. So knight e7, hitting this pawn back because going back will be a waste of a move. Then you just take this pawn, defending this pawn. And after knight g6, opening up his pieces, you just develop the bishop, and after d6 you can castle here. And as you can see, white is much better and he can't move this bishop here because he will take this pawn. So he have to play an awkward move something like f6 in order to move this bishop, which is better for white here because he can throw in a check. But what if here he plays the most common move, knight takes e4? Well then, you can just play queen to e2, putting pressure on this knight. So he will definitely play f5. Well then you have knight to g5, putting even more pressure on this knight. So if he goes h6, then you can just throw in a check, g6, and then you can take this pawn and it's a checkmate. And if he goes knight to e7, trying to trade off this knight, well then you can go knight takes e4. If he captures that knight, then knight to d6 is a double checkmate. Therefore, f takes e4. Then he will just play queen h5 check. He blocks with this pawn, then you play queen e5 hitting the rook. So rook moves, and then knight to f6 check wins the game. Therefore here, playing knight to e7 and h6, both are bad. How about something like bishop e7 hitting this knight? Then you just play knight takes e4 and after it takes you just take with the queen. Let's say you castle here, then you have bishop d3 attacking that pawn. So g is 6, but then you have bishop h6 hitting the rook. So rook to e8, but you just castle here. It seems like he have blundered because he can just go bishop f8, discover attack on the queen, and he also hits the bishop. But actually, he just play queen takes rook, sacrificing the queen. And now he takes, but then you follow with knight to f6 check, and as you can see, white is completely winning. And even though here he plays bishop g5, hitting the bishop and attacking the queen, well actually, you can just take this bishop counter attacking the queen. He can't take, otherwise his rook is gone. Therefore, he plays rook takes queen, but then you will take. And now his rook is set, and you can also escape. So if this video was helpful, then don't forget to like this video. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos.